Good evening. I'm Julianne of Patrix channel, quantum sound healer and applied shadow worker. Under the astrological aspects, I had a rather startling epiphany last night. But someone who was trying to become a presence in my life, even on just a low level, was not trustworthy. And I'd like to discuss this briefly. I'd like to name what is called a targeted individual status. And so, what I've come to understand under the law of polarity in this third dimensional simulation, where our bodies are avatars for our eternal souls. Um, huh. Well, there are ways of energy harvesting, and so for any force of unconditional compassion and love, it's like a Christ embodiment. And you love and forgive yourself, and so you love and forgive other people, and your right body becomes very coherent. There are physical embodied practices also to make your right body coherent. Many people are practicing them and have more coherent right bodies. So for any force that is very pure, they will rise in equal but opposite force because we live under polarity. That serves the darkness. And so as you embody and offer more compassion, more of your own, and activate your own light in your body and are present in your body, there will be forces that rise up to oppose you, and they actually pride themselves on being hidden hands. So it's taken me a while for spirit to reveal to me the various methods that hidden hands have of like attaching to a person's energy field multidimensionally and harvesting that energy, and why someone would even do something like that, and various ways of how that's done. And I don't really want to go into all the details. But I mean, what can look like bullying can later on open bullying can actually develop into like very high level, fairly noticeable gang stalking, where you think that your life is just taking one wrong turn after another, but someone somewhere has actually been like engineering that in order to keep you in the vibrational states of trauma, to keep you from self-actualizing, because a lot of people who are on the way to self-actualization, they have a lot of good energy, that they can network with other people with energy to lift the collective. And the forces of darkness don't want the collective to be liberated. So they go to remarkable lengths to identify people with certain genes or certain life paths based on astrology, and they use dark magic and all kinds of stuff. It sounds crazy to the uninitiated, but when it's been done to you and you finally like recognize all the patterns, they pretty much set it up so that like if you try to tell people what you went through, they'll tell you you're crazy. But through the years, I've come across people who are targeted individuals, but I never knew I was one. Because some people are more openly targeted, because the psyop is that you expect to be like more openly and obviously targeted, when certain people are being very covertly targeted, because that's part of the psyop. Anyway, so I have cleared out through applied work a lot of the woundedness that is a density that can reside in our cells. It's the residue of trauma. And if you don't clear out that density and that trauma from those things that hurt you, you'll keep repeating the same cycle. So I am not in victimhood status. I'm not going, oh, woe is me. I've been a targeted individual. Oh no, that's why they're actually mad and doubling down attacks, because I stood in my sovereignty and said, Spirit and I will, get me through anything. And trust them, protect it as long as I'm doing the right thing. Hmm. But I felt like definitely, well, I've received a lot of warnings through spirit lately. Like there are people trying to make plans for my life to take, some kind of serious left turn because they haven't broken my heart yet. And so, as I said, I'm not in victimhood about this. I'm a realist and I understand the laws of like karmic, like electromagnetism. So if somebody is still like, say, sending someone to pretend that they're one way so that they can act another way, gain trust and help me over on some level, um, it means that somehow, somewhere, I still have loneliness inside me, which makes me a vibrational match for that kind of company and targeting. And so I just say, okay, I'm going to take my archetype cards here. This is the archetype cards deck from Carolyn Mace, MYSS. And I use these to do apply shadow work. So I shuffle I clear the cards and then shuffle them with intention. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the shadow signature of really targeted individual, not just for me, but for the collective, because I know there are a lot of other targeted individuals out there who are actualizing and embodying their Christed energies of service to the collective with humility and also standing in their sovereign power um, through embodying compassion for themselves very, very deeply, which allows them to embody compassion for other people. And trust spirit and walk with spirit to a very, very high degree. I mean, basically, I don't make any moves in my life without consulting spirit. Um, Occasionally, I'm allowed to like make or almost make like wrong turns so that I can, get the warning and learn a lesson to level up. It doesn't mean I'm failing. It means that spirits allowing me to almost mess things up so that I level up. Like life is basically. Actually. So let me just do. So I'm going to do a shadow signature for being a target individual for myself and the collective together with these cards by Carolyn Mace, MYSS. I'm going to chant while I do that after I put the intention. I'm going to chant a form of what is known as Ho'oponopono prayer with indebtedness to Polynesian culture. Um, so I'm going to clear the stuff. So what I do is I yawn. I have to go through the motions of it and start to offer Shoma. So through chanting and clearing statements and my high vibrational field where I can offload for myself and the collective and to offload the exact shadow signature of being a targeted individual. And it will benefit you even if you're not a targeted individual because whatever keeps your brothers and sisters in the vibrational state of Brahman awareness is also keeping you in the vibrational state of Brahman awareness. So this line is not just to clear targeted individuals, it's to clear the shadow signature of being a targeted individual from anyone and thereby lifting the collective. Alright, so I cleared the deck. So I'm gonna cut. Basically, before I do this, I'm going to drop my consciousness to my heart space. Ask you to do the same if you'd like to bring your awareness to your heart space. Put a hand or two hands there. Take a nice deep breath and vibration if you like. You can set the intention to receive the energy work or just to witness it. You can set the intention to send that energy work to somebody instead of their house. Oh, this is totally clean and pure source energy of the rainbow. I'm not referring to any like religion or system of religious control. Christ is just the sun energy of the source. And the Christ beings are Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, and Source, and Sophia. And then I'm going to bring that energy and awareness down to my root space. That's the Sakura chakra for those without wounds. And then I'm going to drop my roots, put my roots down, and drop a cord from my root chakra. Well, from my Sakura chakra all the way down, 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 down. Down envisioning down to the center of Mother Gaia, her heart and womb space rope. And I feel a nice little tug of connection between my womb space, which is connected to my heart space, and her heart womb space. And I would like to thank, I would like to acknowledge that I am on colonized Lenape land in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And I bow to the ancestors and acknowledge that I benefit from a history of colonial harms to original peoples, intergenerations, and diaspora. I love you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Alright, so you can yawn or simulate a yawn if you feel like offering trauma as the vibrational um, level raises at the container. Because I'm going to be doing this for a while. I haven't done a lot of marathons since my Facebook days. So Spirit told me today, since I was feeling so so disheartened and so disenchanted from like people in their deceitful ways. I'm really so over it. I'm so really like people sending me people to deceive me. I'm so over like how close I came to leaving it. So over it. Anyway, that's why I'm here doing the thing. It's really time. It's really time. Um, so I would like to thank the earth. I would like to thank the soil microbes. I would like to thank the mycelium network. I would like to thank the trees and everything that grows and flies in the earth. I would like to thank the water. The consciousness of the earth. All the waters. Everything. The animals of the water. The animals of the land. Thank you to the sky. Thank you to the self. Sky spirit. And thank you to the earth. I'm so grateful and thankful. I'm so thankful and grateful. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Mary Magdalene. Thank you, Mother Mary. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Source. I hereby decree through my sovereign source self, true source light circle around this healing facilitation to release density from myself and the collective of being a targeted individual and to release it from anybody who ever watches. Oh, oh, a true source light circle. Okay, and I thank the source beings for holding that as a safe space for us to do the same. So much it be, and so it is. Rainbows! I'm saying rain, but it's just here. All right, so the intention is I would like to clear this deck has archetypes and they have the light attribute and the shadow attribute. So I literally specify, show me the layers of woundedness in order that the collective has, which makes us a vibrational match to like have targeters and targeted individuals. This kind of like super apex predatory, hidden hand, kind of godlike, now visionary game playing. Ooh, say that 10 times fast. That's for real, all right? Now, some tarot readers will talk about people who have the experience of being targeted, and some tarot readers will really mean it very specifically. And some do every once in a while if it comes up, but I owe a massive debt to all the tarot readers who are really talking about gang stalking, talking about mind control, talking about dark magical ritual, occult and cultic activities. Um, yeah, let's see. Gang stalking, mind control, targeting individual. Yeah, and energy harvesting, talking about, multi-dimensional and dark magical methods of energy harvesting. If I didn't, if the spirit hadn't guided me to so many readers to like activate me, it would be so hard to really know. Like it's making more and more sense. Like what I've been going through. Anyway, so I'm so glad because my body lights up like a freaking clairsentient, claircognizant, freaking million-watt light bulb when I actually feel some of the things this women are saying, and it explains what I've been going through and clearing out of myself. So I've been on this upward spiral to be less and less of a match for this type of property. But apparently, because I've made efforts to completely cut off the people who want to drain me and use my energy signature to fuel, their financial enterprises and to cleanse their karma and to enhance their vitality. They're so thirsty and they're so mad that they're doing all kinds of left-stitch things to like keep me from self-actualizing from a purpose and eventually to connect with another Princeton individual or other places together in various forms of relationship. It's wonderful things to liberate and to serve, to teach, to role model, to talk and carry water, to facilitate healing. So yeah, I mean they're just like snakes all around. It's really a challenge. I hope so. Anyway, so this is what we do is we name the levels, name the layers of landing by taking them off like at a time in the right order. We can really get from the surface all the way down to the root. So yeah, that's a lot of talk, but hey, nobody knows how to do this, so I thought I'd explain it a little bit. Alright, so I did put the intention to get a shadow signature for the wilderness of having the fact that target individuals exist. Because there are some people that have been through enough lifetimes that they have certain missions, to do certain things and to bring their certain light and their certain gifts. And some people just don't want that to happen, so they do anything to sabotage these people. Like, it's not because people like us start out thinking we're so special or something. We just end up realizing that we're special because we're like, why are so many people trying to stop us? And then you finally realize like what they knew all along. Like they always knew about certain people's gifts and wanted to keep those people in ignorance of it and wanted to keep them in cycle of self-trauma so that they could never align with their true mission and their true destiny or so-called, astrological and inheritance in life. You have to work for that. You don't just end up getting there. You have to do the work. Anyway, so I intend for the right shadow signature right now for the whole collective to release as much density as possible on the fact that there are targeted individuals and these super predators of black magic and occult ritual practice. Energy harvesting, or making efforts to do so. Alright, so we can all get back into our power. So that's the intention. We're gonna shuffle 13 times each time. It's a pleasure to come up on the prayer and chat with me. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. I'm continuing to yawn. Continue to yawn. Go through the yawning motions. Collective. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. Sorry, please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Okay, I found my pendulum, which has images of Christ, Mother Mary, baby Jesus, the Lamb of God, and a little that came from the sky to witness to Christ. So, is this the correct shadow signature? For being a target individual for the flapping. I command and demand my body to learn the truth. I command and demand my body to learn the truth. I command and demand my body to learn the truth. Alright, well, that's a pretty hearty dramatic act. Alright, so at the bottom of the deck, the root of the shadow signature is hermit. Now, the light attribute of hermit, I guess, yeah, unfortunately, these cards are showing backwards because I decided to use my laptop this time. I thought it might be a better aspect ratio for a live, just to fill the screen more because my phone only does like, I've been using it straight up and down, and so there's a lot of empty space, It's formatted for mobile, I guess. So, yeah, the cards show backwards in the webcam. The shadow attribute of hermit is, well, we've been hurt by individuals in our lives and institutional and off-planetary agents in power and history who withdrew from society out of fear and negative judgments of others, and they refused to help those in need. So basically, they hurt us because they wanted us to fear others, negatively judge others, and refuse to help those in need. Right. It's this kind of splintering, it's this isolation, it's this fragmentation that capitalism specifically, imposes on us. They want to splinter us down individuals so that everybody has a bill in their name. Anyway, I could go on and on. But keeping us splintered, keeping us isolated so that we fear each other, have negative judgments of each other, and refuse to help each other. Like they want to take the solidarity out of us. That's why justice movements are about forming community, solidarity, and class consciousness, right? Okay, so the very top of the first part of being a targeted individual is Avenger. Wow. All right, so the light attribute of an Avenger is a desire to balance the scales of justice. It says righteousness, but this is not a showy righteousness of like superheroes. They want you to think that getting justice is a matter of like going and fighting the bad guy in 3D. No, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself is to stay in a high vibrational state of love. so that you actively embody love for yourself, actively embody love for others, and actively embody love for spirit by being in alignment with your highest and best interest, the highest and best interest of collective, which is divine will spirit. Spirit always has a best plan. It's just in 3D, we don't always align with the highest and best one. There are many different hundreds of different quantum probabilistic timelines of like where we could end up. And some of them are lower vibrational, and some of them are higher vibrational. So what the shadow does is like for example, it basically will knock out the lowest like 10% of quantum probabilistic timelines and shift your whole range of possibility up. And then if you do even more work, you're going to align more and more with the highest timeline. So basically, righteousness on behalf of society and oneself is just being in a state of love and compassion. Because besides like making the world around you, like everywhere you go, everyone who's in a relationship with you, everyone who you touch with your behavior, besides making it a better place, it's going to flow out into the collective and allow other people to experience more love too. So, righteousness on behalf of society and oneself isn't going out in cape, with your vigilante mask and like, killing the bad guy. That's what this adventure culture wants us to think like. So they want to hunt down people. This is about like we're going to target people and hunt them down. It's resorting to violence in the name of the cause is the shadow attribute. So targeted individuals and their ancestry have been hurt by individuals in our lives and institutional and off-planetary agents in power and in history who resorted to violence in the name of a cause because they're targeting individuals for like their cause is serving the darkness and establishing legacies in the material world because they're not aligning with spirit. All right, so uh, targeted individuals in the collective have been hurt by individuals in their lives and institutional and off-planetary agents in power and history who resorted to violence in the name of the cause. I witnessed this wounding for targeted individuals with compassion and respect. I'm now going to do some chanting and clearing statement for Avenger Shadow. I am the violet flame of transformational forgiveness. You can chant with me 3 times. I am the violet flame of transformation of forgiveness. I am the violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. I am the arrow flame of love and transmutation. I am the arrow flame of love and transmutation. I am the arrow flame of love and transmutation. Collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I am grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I am grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I am grateful for this experience. Okay. I command and demand any and all remaining lying, hiding, tricky, sticky foreign energy entanglements associated with Avenger Shadow to quantumly disentangle from the targeted individual collective infinite fields, cleared and canceled across all lifetime, timelines, and dimensions, because I am the aural flame of love and transmutation. I am the aural flame of love and transmutation. I am the aural flame of love and transmutation. And by my nature with my energy, I automatically transmute any and all remaining lying, hiding, tricky, sticky, foreign energy entanglement associated with the Avenger Shadow. And I hereby quantumly disentangle any and all remaining lying, hiding, tricky, sticky, foreign energy entanglement associated with Avenger Shadow from the targeted individual collective to infinite fields, cleared and cancelled, across a lifetime, timeline, and dimensions, into a boundary of light back to source, to be received, neutralized, transmuted, upcycled, returned to love, so mote it be, and so it is. Okay, that one at the bottom. Alright. So the next layer of wounding is slave. It's writing pretty bad. I'll get better at this soon, I promise. The light attribute of slave is surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. That's what I do. When I go to the store, I don't pick up stuff just because I want it. I literally ask source, like, is this the right thing at the right price at the right time? And if I get a no, I just put it down. But my intuition is pretty good, and usually I have a sense of like what I can afford and stuff. So, but I do all my shopping through divination. I make all my decisions through divination. And I always surrender to the will of spirit. There's never a time when like divination is like, oh, this is the truth, and I'll like act knowingly, not in my own best and best interest, knowing the truth that I got through divination. No, it don't work like that. If I get a clear signal, I'll be like, oh, I'll join the force like right away. I don't attach to anything. I literally surrender to divine guidance all the time. So I never have any doubts about my decisions. I like literally never lack confidence in what I should be doing. It's just, am I doing it or not? That's all. All right. So the only slavery you should have is like surrender to divine guidance, basically, because divine guidance won't never do you wrong. But you should never give your power away to anyone else but your own divinity is the light attribute of this card. All right, so the shadow attribute this is literally what they want for the collective is to be in slavery instead of to be in sovereignty. So the shadow attribute of slave is the whole collective, in this case, especially the targeted individual collective, and their ancestors have been hurt by individuals in their lives and institutional and off-planetary agents in power and in history who gave their willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. I witnessed this wounding of a slave shadow for myself and for the targeted individual collective and our lineages with compassion and respect. Slave shadow. This is the sonic slider by Biofield Team, invented by Amy Cusick. And I use it on the body, and I also use it in my shadow facilitations because as I vibrate the deck, the intention is to clear this entire 74 card shadow signature out of the collective. So even while I'm chanting on one particular card, I'm vibrating the whole signature out of the collective. See how that works? Cool. Conjuring sound healing is so great because you literally just use sound and intention to do what's good for the collective. Wow, it's so cool. Does it get any better than this? No, I don't think it does. Oh, that tea is so amazing. Love it. So the shadow, oh shoot. So the shadow quality of slave is the targeted individual collective and our ancestors have been hurt by individuals in our lives and institutional and all planetary agents empowered in history who gave our their willpower to external authorities out of fear of making their own choices. Like, we don't need the latest expert advice. We need the truth from source that comes through our body when we are embodied enough to be connected to our divine selves. We don't connect to our divine selves by like getting out of the body. We connect to our divine selves by grounding deeper into embodiment, and then our bodies, our cells really become a clear channel for our source selves. Right, so that's why I use vibration to remove the noise from systems. Yeah. Um, so I witnessed this wounding of slave shadow for the target individual collective lineages. With compassion and respect. Now I chant 3 Ho'oponopono prayers, 3 violet flame mantras, and 3 emerald flame mantras. Oh, I'll do the flames first and the Ho'oponopono first. I am a violet flame of transformation over given. I am a violet flame of transformation over given. I am a violet flame of transformation over given. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Mm. I love you. Targeted individual collection. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collection. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I am grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collection. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I am grateful for this experience. Mm. All right. I command and demand any and all remaining lying, hiding, tricky, sticky, foreign energy entanglements associated with slave shadow to quantumly disentangle from the targeted individual collective infinite fields, cleared and canceled across all lifetimes, timeline, and dimension. Because I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Ah, ah. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. And by my nature with my energy, I automatically transmute any and all remaining lying, hiding, tricky, sticky, or energy associated with slave shadow, and I hereby quantumly disentangle any and all remaining lying, hiding, tricky, sticky, or energy entanglement associated with slave shadow from targeted individual collective and our infinite fields, cleared and canceled across all lifetimes, timeline, and dimensions, into a boundary of light, track the source to be received, neutralized, transmuted, life cycle, return to love. So mote it be. And so it is. Bottom. Right. So the next layer of woundedness is mother. The light attributes of mother and mothering are nurturance, patience, unconditional love, and joy in giving birth to life. So the shadow attributes of mother. Yeah, I mean, bad mothering uh, is featured very much as a central part of like, the wounding that goes into the cycle of breeding super predators to target individuals who are full of light. I know that for sure. Bad mothering. Yeah. So the shadow attribute of mothering is the targeted individual collective and our ancestors have been hurt by individuals in our lives um, and institutional and unplanetary agents in power and history who smothered or abandoned children and instilled guilt in children for becoming independent. Well, I would say the darkness goes a lot deeper than that. There can be all kinds of like intentional wounding of children through narcissism, through sexual abuse, through physical abuse, through mental abuse. Like the mothering shadow goes really, really, really deeply, really deeply. Yeah, really deeply. I witnessed this morning for the targeted individual collective and our lineages with compassion and respect. Mother Shadow. Chant with me. Uh, or yawn and just reciprocity. I am the violet flame. Transformation over yawn. I am the violet flame. Transformation over yawn. I am the violet flame. Of transformation over yawn. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Targeted individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I am grateful for this experience. I command and demand any and all remaining lying, hiding, twisted, foreign energy entanglements associated with Mother Shadow to quantumly disentangle from the target individual collective to infinite fields, clear and cancel across all lifetime, timeline, and dimension, because I am the old flame of love and transmutation. I am the old flame of love and transmutation. I am the old flame of love and transmutation. Abominable energy. Automatically transmute. Any and all remaining. Lying, hiding, tricky, foreign energy entanglement. Associated with Mother Shadow. And I hereby quantumly disentangle. Any and all remaining. Lying, hiding, tricky, sticky. Foreign energy entanglement. Associated with Mother Shadow. From the target individual collective infinite fields. Clear and cancel. Across a lifetime, timeline, dimension, into a boundary of light. Back to source. To be received, visualize, transmute, and upcycle, return to love. So much at the end, so it is. Okay, so the next layer of meaning is storyteller. So the light attribute of storyteller is the ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. And the storyteller shadow attribute is the targeted individual collective and their ancestors have been hurt by individuals in their lives and institutional and not planetary agents in power and history who made up plans to harm others. That includes the news. Uh, oh, I forgot I even had my singing bowl here to punctuate the clearing with. I can definitely use that. I just time it though. I don't like circle it. Okay, so storytelling. I witnessed this winning for the targeted individual collective. With compassion in our lineage. With compassion and respect. So, chant. I am a violet flame of transformation for your life. I am a violet flame of transformation for your life. God, I am a violet flame of transformation for your life. Rainbows! I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Rainbows! I love you. I'm sorry. Please. Target individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Target individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Target individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. All right. A command and a man. Any and all. Rainbows! I command and man. Any and all meaning. Once associated with free color shadow. To quantumly disentangle from the current individual collective's infinite field. Clear and cancel. Across all lifetimes, timelines, and dimensions. Because I am the emerald flame of all the transmutation. I am the emerald flame. Pardon me. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. And by my nature, with my energy, I automatically transmute. And now remain lying hiding trip the sticky part energy and timeline. Associated with storyteller style. From the target individual collective. Infinite field. Clear cancel. Across all lifetime. Time line. Dimension. There's no boundary of light back to source to be received, neutralized, transmuted, upcycled, returned to love. So much and so it is. Rainbows! Okay. So, eternal child is the next layer of meaning. The layer attribute of eternal child is determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, or youthful. I think youthful is better than young. The ability to see things with fresh eyes. I love that. All right, the shadow attribute is the targeted individual collective and their ancestors have been hurt by individuals in their life and institutional and all planetary agents in power and in history who demonstrated the inability to mature and be responsible for themselves in all aspects. They were extremely dependent on others for physical security. And that includes people who look like they're rich and they look like they're independent, but they got rich by harvesting the energy of other people who don't know they're being harvested. And so these oligarchic bullies, these oligarchs are extremely dependent on other people for their physical security. Because if they can no longer harvest that energy from the people who chose themselves and chose their own place to be, then they got nothing. They got nothing because they're literally just vampires. So eternal child shadow is vampirism. It's definitely vampirism. Um, it's energy harvesting at its deepest. Of course, that doesn't say it that here. But yeah, I mean, there is a vampire shadow. But eternal child is definitely like some of the bottom of that chart. I witnessed this morning of eternal child shadow for the targeted individual collective. And our lineages with compassion and respect. Sit with me or simply yawn and just receive the energy. I am a violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. I am a violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. I am a violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. And by my nature, okay. Yep. Target individual collection. I love you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me, I'm grateful for this experience. Target individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Target individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. I command and demand. Any and all remaining line hiding for energy entanglements associated with eternal child. To quantumly disentangle from the target individual collective and their infinite fields. Clear to cancel across a lifetime, timeline, dimension, because I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation by my nature. No energy. Automatically transmute. Any and all remaining lying hiding frequency form energy associated with eternal child shadow. And pardon me. I hereby quantumly disentangle any and all remaining lying hiding frequency form energy entanglements associated with eternal child shadow. To quantumly from target individual collective infinite fields. Clear to cancel across a lifetime, timeline, dimension, into a boundary of light back to source to be received, neutralized, transmuted, upcycled, return to love, so much it be, and so it is. Okay. So the next one is the layer of wounding. Visionary. I knew that was coming. Yeah, because the people who target individuals, they're playing God and literally like create this twisted vision for someone to suffer and then like try to make it play out in their life over and over. So that they can never experience anything else but crisis, desperation, hopelessness, isolation, etc., suffering, physical and sexual victimization. Yeah, until you get out of it. All right, so the light attribute is the capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Yeah, keep that in mind on the flip side. The willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So Carolyn Mace says the shadow attribute is selling any sites to the highest bidder, like biggest sellout, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. So she calls it being a sellout or a compromiser. Honestly, this whole envisioning what has not been envisioned before, like the depth of visionary hell is like envisioning hellscapes never before thought of, and like putting people in them. That's the bottom of that shadow. All right, so I witnessed. So the vision. The targeted individual collective, and their ancestors have been hurt by individuals in our lives and institutional and all planetary agents in power Any history. Who sold insights to the highest bidder and compromised their vision to make it more acceptable, or envision hellscapes to put part of the individuals into. Yeah, they did that. I witnessed this moving for us and our lineages, the target individual collective in our lineages, uh, with compassion and respect. Yep, I sure do. So, visionary shadow, chant or yawn or receive energy with me. Uh, I am violet flame of transformation over again. I am violet flame of transformation over again. I am violet flame of transformation over again. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Target individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Target individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Target individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Ah, ah. All right. I command and demand any and all. Oh, oops. I command and demand any and all remain. Lying, having statistical form energy entanglements associated with visionary shadow. To playfully disentangle from the target individual collective. Thirty canceled across a lifetime, timeline, and dimension. Because I am the oral flame of love and transmutation. I am the oral flame of love and transmutation. I am the oral flame of love and transmutation. And my radiation with love energy. I automatically brings me any and all remaining lighting, hiding, tricky, sticky foreign energy entanglements associated with visionary shadow. I hereby ultimately disentangle any and all remaining lighting, hiding, tricky, sticky foreign energy entanglements associated with visionary shadow from target individual collective, infinite fields, through cancel across all lifetime, timeline, and dimension into a boundary of light, back to source, to be received, neutralized, transmuted, like a return to love. So mote it be, and so it is. Pardon me. So there are 74 cards in this deck, and so far I've just tilted through 6 of them. We'll see how long I go. Alright, so the next layer of woundedness is Trickster. Now, Trickster is very specifically about reversals. Did you ever see the meme that's like, oh, medical professionals keep us sick, lawyers steal from us, academics like teach us the wrong things, like the news tells us lies, like basically the Patrix, the simulation is comprised of reversals and always hidden hand targeting. These psychological techniques rely on reversals. One day I may talk a lot more. I've learned a lot about how that works. Anyway, just know that trickster quality and shadow is very, very specifically about reversals. Mary daily goes through the most thorough exploration ever of reversals embedded in patriarchal culture in a book called Guide/Ecology, the Meta Ethics of Radical Feminism. And I recommend that everybody read that daily to understand this culture and to understand women's true creative capacity and how to heal this culture, most importantly. So the light attribute of trickster is, yoga empath type stuff. Transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Making fun of that type of stuff. So the shadow attribute is the targeted individual collective and their ancestors have been hurt by individuals in their lives and institutional and non-planetary agents in power and in history who manipulated others through duplicity, specifically reversals. So I witnessed trickster shadow wounding for the targeted individual collective and our lineages with compassion and respect. Trickster shadow. Chanted now. I am the violet flame of transformation overgiven. I am the violet flame of transformation overgiven. I am the violet flame of transformation overgiven. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Targeted individual collective. I love you. Sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. Sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you. Sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. I command and demand. Any and all remaining lying with 64 elements associated with shadow 2. Quantumly disentangled from the target individual collective. Clear and cancel across all lifetime, timeline, and dimension. Because I am the oral flame of love and transmutation. I am the oral flame of love and transmutation. I am the oral flame of love and transmutation. And by my nature with my energy. Automatically transmute. Any all remaining. Lying, hiding, tricky, sticky. Or energy silent. Associated. It's trickster shadow. From the target individual collectives. Infinite fields. Clearing cancel. Across a lifetime. Timeline. Dimension. Into a boundary of light. Back to source. To be. Receive, neutralize, transmute, or second kernel of summer to the answer is. Okay, so the next one is sorry, I'm literally blowing my nose and trying to do it quietly. Alright. I'm clearing out my sinuses a little bit. I didn't want it to stop me from going on. Alright, so student, the light attribute is humility and devotion to knowledge that serves and lifts the collective. Openness to lifelong learning. The dharma of doing your duty right livelihood, right thought, right action, all this. Finding the ways of compassion, passing compassion where we're doing what we need to do in the right way. So the shadow attribute of student is arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, the damn sure, and unwillingness to translate knowledge into action, which is known as disembodiment. So there are a lot of intellectual people who, because of unwillingness or traumatic brain disorganization and fragmentation, are unable to embody what they supposedly know conceptually. But you don't really know it until you can actually embody that thing. Um, so I would say my path of healing, 22 years of complex PTSD since December 2017, has been the path of embodiment. As I was able to vibrate things out of my body that were not my energy, I've been able to make my body more and more connected to my own higher source self, my own source self, sovereign source self, and be a clear channel for my own source wisdom, basically. And that involves embodiment. So when you're like dissociated from your body as a woundedness, you'll be in student shadow. And some people are there because they've been hurt on purpose to keep them disembodied by people who like maybe could be embodied but literally chose not to be. So there are like different layers of this. But the targeted individual collective and their ancestors have been hurt by individuals in our lives, by an institutional and off-planetary agent in power and in history who were arrogant in the pursuit of literally very, very dark, destructive, occult knowledge specifically, and they were unwilling to translate any good knowledge they knew into embodied action. I witnessed this wounding of student shadow for the targeted individual collective and our lineages with compassion and respect. Student shadow. I am the violet flame of transformation of forgiven. I am the violet flame of transformation of forgiven. I am the violet flame of transformation of forgiven. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Alright. Targeted individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I am grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I am grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I am grateful for this experience. Okay. I command and demand. Oh, any and all remaining. Lying, hiding, tricky, sticky. The foreign entanglement. Associated with student shadow. To quantumly disentangle from target individual and collective infinite field. Clear cancel. Across all lifetimes, timeline, and dimensions. Because I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I'm ready for my energy. I automatically transmute. I'm already. Lying, hiding, sticky, and foreign energy talent associated with student child. And I hereby quantumly disentangle any and all being lying, hiding, tricky, sticky, foreign energy associated with student shadow from targeted individual, collective, or infinite fields. Clearly cancelled across a lifetime, timeline, and dimension. Yeah. Into a boundary of light, back to source, to be received, neutralized, transmuted, cycle, return to love, so much again, so it is. Alright. Water. That's my plasma water. I would recommend the alchemist who made it, except that I think that he was bought out by the syndicate that's been helping too. Everybody I try to connect with, they like try to pay them off to fuck me over. And most people are greedy and have no integrity. Alright. Targeted individual life. It's almost over though. Like doing this work here to clear this is very, very important. That's exactly what I need to do instead of being like, oh, boo-hoo, I found out another person was being deceitful and trying to enter my life with false pretenses. I can be like, oh, well, I guess I need clear of that, and I guess the collective does too. So I just go right into service mode. And that's how you stay out of victim. You say, oh, darn, this thing happened, but I accept it. And what can I do next to make things better? And I just go into service mode to clear it for myself and the collective, which is what I should be doing anyway. So I literally thank all the people who are literally just playing themselves by thinking that they can play me, because they are my greatest teachers, and I bow down to them from a very strong earth. So the next layer of rootedness is liberator. The light attribute of liberator is freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs. That's like deprogramming and reprogramming, which is exactly what I do, right? And releasing negative thought patterns, like breaking dysfunctional, thought loops and behavioral cycles. Yeah, including repeating generational cycles. That's exactly what I do with the energy work. And my previous Buddhist mentor told me that we are here to liberate the collective. I say that as like 100% freaking bullshit, because as you liberate yourself, you absolutely are liberating the collective. And there are ways to intentionally do work to liberate yourself and the whole collective of like dense energies that are holding you down. So yes, I totally disagree, which is why that person is not my Buddhist mentor anymore. I'm here to liberate myself and the collective. So that is the light quality. It's literally a thing. So shadow attribute is targeted individual, collective, and their ancestors have been hurt by individuals in our lives and institutional and off-planetary agents in power during history who imposed their own tyranny over those they claimed to liberate. They also, pardon me, ignored legitimate constraints, like this whole thing of saying that like people can legit change sex. No, they can't. Gender is just a play acting thing that we can literally be free of, because it in itself is a limiting construct. Why would you want to pick a gender when you could just be the sex you are and express yourself however you want? Please, there's no need for this stuff. Anyway, so that's like totally an example of shadow liberator, where they're programming people to think that it's like liberating to choose a gender, but gender is really just a system of oppression. So why you want to choose that? Maybe you want to rethink that. Go read Gynecology by Mary Daly, the meta ethics of radical feminists. All right, so definitely, like there were people in my life who did certain things that I would think that they were trying to help liberate me from, Because when people give you gifts, they can put you in satanic contracts. If you're aware that they put you in the contract and you accept the gift, you're in the contract, and then they can energy harvest from you. When I thought of every person who gave me a gift, it put me in deep terror of like how many like satanic contracts that I agreed to. Anyway, it's something to be aware of. I always wonder about like if tarot readers accept gifts, are they unknowingly entering into satanic contracts where it means that they may start reading storylines and narratives in their readings that are fed to them by the satanic or dark ritualistic occult collective. You know what I mean? I think it's a question worth asking. At least if you're aware of it, most tarot readers are protecting their work. But I feel like in accepting gifts, they have to like specifically repudiate, the entrance of into any satanic contracts, or unknown. I have a declaration of sovereignty, and I may upload it or I may redo it, so that I specifically repudiate any contracts unknown to me that are not like signed in my own that in my own hand in person. Nobody can put me in satanic contracts by giving me this anymore because I'm aware of that strategy. It's frequently employed on targeted individuals. So I witnessed this reading of Liberator Shadow for the targeted individual collective and our lineages with compassion and respect. Now the chanting, I am the violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. I am the violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. I am the violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Targeted individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I'm grateful for this experience. I command any and all remaining lying, hiding, tricky, sticky, foreign energy entanglements associated with liberator shadow, quantumly disentangled from the targeted and their infinite fields. Clear and cancel across all lifetime timeline dimension. Because I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. And by my nature with my energy, I automatically transmute any and all remaining lying, hiding, trace, foreign energy entanglements associated with the British shadow. And I hereby quantumly disentangle any and all remaining lying, hiding, trace, foreign energy entanglements associated with liberator shadow from the targeted individual collective and our infinite field. Clear to cancel across a lifetime, timeline, dimension, into a boundary of light, back to source, to be received, neutralized, transmuted, upcycled, return love, so much at the end. So it is. Okay. Great. So what is the next layer of woundedness in the targeted individual collective? Wounded child. Yeah, they definitely want to get people when they're children. That's why being a target individual often means you're targeted for abuse by pedophiles, incestuous abuse by their family members, intergenerational sex trafficking. Yeah, they're definitely ruthless. They'll sound like people to gang rape you. They'll pay people to like date you and then like roofie you and rape you. Like nothing's off limit with like people who target individuals for wounding. So it's our job to heal that and rise above so that we're no longer a match for that type of fuckery anymore. So the late attribute of the wounded child is it awakens compassion to serve other wounded children, and it opens the learning and growth path of forgiving the self totally. Once you forgive yourself, like forgiving others is a no-brainer. You literally don't learn to forgive others first, you learn to forgive yourself. And then all of a sudden, when you realize that you need forgiveness too, you can't like not forgive anyone else because you know that they were just here like playing these roles of being agents of your own karma, which then becomes your responsibility to change your vibration. So it doesn't give them a pass. It just means that like since you're at power over it, you can't stay in a place of like other people for being agents of your own negative karmic electromagnetism. Because once you understand how negative and positive karmic electromagnetism work, you can just be a cause over it instead of going, oh, it's me, I'm a wounded child. All right, so the shadow attribute is targeted individual collective has been hurt by, and their ancestors have been hurt by individuals in our life, an institutional and off-planetary agent in power and history who blame all their dysfunctional behavior and relationships and patterns on childhood wounds, and they resist learning how to forgive themselves, and therefore they never reach the place where they can forgive others. It's all about forgiving yourself, because while you're still judging your poor own victimized inner child, you're never going to forgive anyone else. And it's not the point to forgive anyone else. The point is to forgive yourself, and that unlocks everything. So I witnessed this wounding of wounded child shadow for the target individual collective and our lineages with compassion and respect. Wounded child shadow. I will chant. I am the violet flame, the transformation of forgiven. I am the violet flame, the transformation of forgiven. I am the violet flame, of transformation of forgiven. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Target individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Target individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Target individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. I command and demand. Any and all remaining. Lying hiding the entanglements associated with wounded child shadow. To quantumly disentangle from his target individual collective and our infinite fields. Clear to cancel across all lifetime, timeline, and dimension. Because I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. And by my nature with love energy, it automatically transmute any and all remaining lying hiding for energy entitlement associated with wounded child shadow. And I hear what? Quantumly disentile. Any and all remaining lying hiding tricky sticky for energy entitlement associated with wounded child shadow from target individual collective as if the field clear to cancel across a lifetime, time life, and dimension into a boundary of light back to source to be received, neutralized, transmuted, upcycled, returned to love, so much to be else. So it is. Okay. So the next one is Virgin. So the light attribute of Virgin is maintaining spiritual purity, the purity of heart, spirit, and body. And that purity is by making sure that there are no foreign energy entanglements in your infinite field and your personal electromagnetic and subtle theory positive fields. Because that's how you're not pure. It's just by these dense, yucky energies that are not you, that are your devices, or they're giving you bad programming to run at that cycle's heat. They're literally that cartoon devil on your shoulder that suggests to your conscious mind, negative things, and you attach those negative things, that's how you become codependent on these foreign energy entanglements of life, like I did. So the shadow attribute is. So this one says symbolic purity. I think it's not even true. I think purity is of your infinite field. I have purified enough entanglements out of my field that I have literally cleansed myself so that I'm a spiritual virgin again. I've cleansed all the karmas of old lovers. I've cleansed the energetic third bodies and dematerialized them basically. Because every time you're intimate with someone, it creates a third shared energy body, and those live on unless you delete them. So I deleted all of those. I cleared all ex-lover karmas out of my body. So basically I virginized myself spiritually. So whatever happened before doesn't even matter because I cleared that energy out. So the shadow attribute of virgin is the targeted individual collective and their ancestors have been hurt by individuals in our life, an institutional and off-planetary agent in power and in history, who, well, this is feared intimate union. Feared intimate union. No, it goes way darker than that. Virgin shadow is when super predators want to prey on innocence in particular. It's the vampirism of innocence. It is the sexual abuse of children. Yeah, let that sink in. All right. So I witnessed this wounding of virgin shadow for the targeted individual collective and our lineages with compassion and respect. Virgin shadow. I am the violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. I am the violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. I am the violet flame of transformation and forgiveness. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Targeted individual collective. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm grateful for this experience. Ah. I command and demand any and all remaining lying one energy entanglements associated with virgin shadow to quantumly disentangle from targeted individual collectives identity fields. They're to cancel across all lifetimes, timelines, and dimensions because I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. And by my nature with my energy, automatically transmute. I already made it. Like I introduced for energy and talent associated with virgin child. And I hereby quantumly disentangle and he already my hydrogen sticky for energy and talent associated with virgin child. From the target individual collective infinite fields. They cancel across all lifetime, timeline, dimension. Into a boundary back to source. Of the boundary play back to source. You receive, visualize, transmute, or love so much to be, and so it is. No. Pardon me. So the next layer of servant. Yeah, they have your mind control real good. Programming real good. I basically did this for them. Once they had their energy harvesting hooks into me, I definitely served the people who were harvesting me with a free and loving heart because I thought I was giving it of my volition, whereas I was being mercilessly harvested. Yeah, in all kinds of weird ways that it would take me 7 years to fully understand. Woo! 7 year cycle. All right, so the shadow attribute is targeted individual collective. And their ancestors have been hurt by individuals in our lives and institutional and also planetary agents in power and in history. Who were accustomed to using a lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. Wow. That's a really deep one because most people are used to assuming that if you don't have money, that your ways of moving forward in life are like limited and non-existent. Because that can seem very true in the 3D world, but that's why you really have to co-create with spirit, in partnership with spirit, because you don't have to do everything yourself. You can literally say, hey, spirit, I would like to serve you better if I were more financially stable. I could maybe serve you better if I were less out money. Of course, you have to cultivate not worrying too. But basically, people need to be have, some measure of at least inner stability, if not outer stability. So I've been learning to cultivate my sense of inner stability, or stability from like within, so that if circumstances are shifting all around me, that won't disturb my inner calm. So yeah, I have done a lot of work so that lack of money is not something that I use as an excuse not to be able to move forward in life or keep moving forward through energy work, even when my resources are at minimum or at triple. All right, so I witnessed this wounding. Did I say targeted individual collective has our ancestor have been hurt by individuals in our life, institutional, not planetary agents in power and history who used a lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life and program us to do the same, basically. Alright, so I witnessed the swinging of servant shadow for us and our lineages for the targeted individual collective. And our lineages with compassion and respect. Oh, servant shadow. Oh, I am the violet flame of transformation ever given. I am the violet flame of transformation ever given. I am the violet flame of transformation ever given. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Oh. Targeted individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective, I love you, I'm sorry. Please forgive me, I'm grateful for this experience. Targeted individual collective. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I'm grateful for this experience. Alright. I command and demand any harmony, line hiding from the before energy entanglements associated with shadow to quantumly disentangle from targeted individual collective. Infinite fields, clear and cancel across all lifetime, timeline, and dimensions. Because I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation. Ah, I am the emerald flame of love and transmutation by my nature energy. I automatically transmute any no remaining lying hiding triggers toward energy and balance associated with servant shadow. Clear and cancel across all lifetimes. Hereby completely disentangle any no remaining lying hiding entanglements associated with shadow. Our targeted individual collectives. Infinite fields. Clear and cancel across all lifetime. Timeline. Dimension. Into a boundary of light. Back to source. T. Receive, neutralize, transmuted, upcycled, return to love. So to be, and so it is. Alright. So we're at an hour and 30 minutes. Just gonna check with spirit, see if I should continue. Spirit, do you want me to continue the live? I command and demand my body tell me the truth. I command and demand my body tell me the truth. I command and demand my body tell me the truth. Okay. Alright, I gotta know. The truth is, I have other videos to make. I'm gonna make a short. I'm doing a daily short of 3 mother piece cards relating to like astrological aspects. So the way spirit's been popping them out is I kind of get 2 cards that are like what your tendencies might be that might be not so helpful, and mostly the 3rd card is kind of like the remedy for the other 2 tendencies. So that's kind of how the format is working for that. So you know, my shorts are just a minute long. So if you want like your daily, you know, guidance from source from the mother piece deck relevant to astrological aspects, watch my daily short. Please subscribe to my channel, even if it's just as a favor. It'll help me grow. I would be so grateful and thankful. I'm gonna do a lot more lives. I can do lives where I do divination and I can take the questions live. and then your yes or no questions live, basically. So I can do lives like that. Once I get more traction, people actually show up. And then I'm going to get back to my astrological series. The next signs I still have to do Capricorn, Pisces, Aquarius, and Aries. When I meant to start at the beginning of the zodiac, I literally skipped Aries and started with Taurus. I think it's because when I started, we were in Taurus season, and that's why I did Taurus first. Okay, well, since I'm gonna quit, so basically we got through. All right, so anywhere. Well, let me just reiterate. In my private practices, I do shadow signatures of the entire deck, so that's 74 layers of wounding. But I made professional studio recordings of all the track chants that I'm doing live here. So basically, I make you a quantum healing soundtrack that you can play, and you can be a passive like listener, receiver of energy, basically, and the soundtrack will do the work for you. I myself make tracks, and the track is like 4 hours and 49 minutes long for all 74 shadows in order in the shadow signature for whatever your issue is that you're trying to clear negative electromagnetic karmic charges from in order to facilitate and encourage your body to heal, or cycles of woundedness to heal, or your emotions, your mind, everything to heal, basically. Yourself off of trauma. I specialize in narcissist, empath, abuse dynamics. I specialize in healing PTSD and complex PTSD, and ending cycles of like forms of energy harvesting and some pretty out there stuff, as well as clearing the body of illness. I can't tell you how many miracles I did during COVID lockdown of quantum sound healing, helping people get sick to get better when they were on ventilators and in critical care and couldn't breathe and all kinds of stuff. But that's just one slice of what I do. Basically, it's trauma recovery, and it encourages your body to heal its own. So I'm not saying that I heal your body. I set up a high vibrational field with like the right prompts that let your body know that it's safe to offer trauma, and then your body will do that. So to have a personal facilitation with me, please direct your inquiries to my email. It's richworkshealingministry@proton.com, and we clear you of like an entire shadow signature. So anywhere, pardon me, anywhere that anyone who listened to this, who will ever listen to this or watch it, be exposed to it, um, and anywhere the targeted individual collective has offloaded shadows woundedness associated with this entire shadow signature, including but not limited to Avenger shadow, slave shadow, mother shadow, storyteller shadow, hero shadow, visionary shadow, trickster shadow, student shadow, liberator shadow, winter child shadow, virgin shadow, and servant shadow. We have co-created sonified nooks and crannies of void into these void spaces. I now intentionally and completely refast all with the brightest, whitest, true source, healing light, and the most golden, liquid, sparkling, true source love light, and with the emerald flame of love and transmutation. And I also seal in completely our subtle etheric fields with the brightest, whitest, true source healing light, the most golden, liquid, sparkling, true source love light. And with the emerald flame of love and transmutation. And I do this from crown to soul, from back to front, from side to side, inside and outside, and all around us, and may our personal electromagnetic, subtle etheric, and infinite causal fields vibrate and resonate with increased coherence and integrity. So mote it be, and So it is. Thank you for receiving healing. I am incredibly grateful for each subscribe to my channel, share my healing content with a friend you think would benefit. Thank you for liking this video. You can replay it as many times as you want, passively, like even at low volume while you're doing something else. You can play this in the background, and it will literally clear you every single time. Each time I make a quantum soundtrack, I play it a minimum of 108 times. I literally play them like around the clock for a month. All right, so collective, biggest love to the collective. Stay blessed and come back to visit my channel soon. Thank you so much. Good night.